All right, everybody, welcome to Wrestling with Reality. Hope everybody's having a wonderful week. I am John, and of course, joining me as always is my tag team partner, Richie. Rich, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, brother, man? We are in the thick of it in the wintertime out here. The world is getting crazier by the day, but we are here every week talking wrestling with reality, life, wrestling, MMA, all the good stuff, man. I'm excited to do it with you. What's up?
Oh, absolutely. Laza, thanks for sending those stars, brother. We appreciate it, my friend. Greatly appreciated. If you guys would like to, you can always support the show by sending stars. It helps put a little bit of money back into the show, so please feel free. We're finally getting our monetization back here on Facebook, so it's nice to see it's slowly coming back. So if you'd like to do like our friend Laza did and send some stars, please feel free. Every little bit helps. It's greatly appreciated, my friend. Thank you. And everybody, welcome to the show. We're going to have a fun topic tonight. We're going to have a bunch of topics. So what's up, Jeremy? Glad you moved over to YouTube, brother. Thank you. Absolutely, Laz. Greatly appreciated, my friend. And welcome from Brisbane, Queensland. Love the trucking
favorite Australian.
Always want to get over there one day. I always want to see the land down under.
We got to do a shoey with Lazo one day in Australia.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm always down for that.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I love it. I've never been to Alaska. I'd love to get out there.
You mean Australia?
Australia, yes. I'd love Alaska too.
Alaska would be cool.
Yeah. One of the few states I've never been to in the U.S., Alaska.
Never been there either, bro.
But Australia?
My company has a branch out there. I could always go see it. But
well, it's be a cold spot out there, bro.
Yeah, you better bring your tennis rackets to walk around on that fucking ground.
Australia's on my bucket list of places to go see in my life right now.
Yeah, for sure.
One day, no doubt about it, we will venture on out that way. Rabbi's here. What's going on?
House. Joey's in the house. What's up, buddy? UFC events on Paramount. Yeah, saw that. Pretty cool.
The Pimblett
their user interface is badass too.
Is the Pimblett fight the first fight on Paramount?
It is, but it's still, what is that? 18? I don't know, like 18 days out or something like that.
We should stream that one.
I'm down. It's fucking free, you know. What's up, Ricky? Where you been at, man?
Yeah, it's been a while, Ricky. Happy New Year, my friend.
Still got the Aussie with the black candle, man. That's a true fan right there.
Damn right, brother.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ozzy. I was listening to Ozzy Osbourne this morning.
Ozzy, man, one of the legends, right?
Dude, that song "Close Your Eyes Forever," dude. If you ever listen to that shit, what a great song.
Yeah, he's got plenty of them, bro.
His voice is just, there ain't nothing like Ozzy. There won't be another one either.
Yep, I agree. He was a legend.
People say this young blood guy is good and stuff like that. I'm not really a fan, but Ozzy, fucking amazing.
He is awesome. Vacation. Oh, very nice.
Costa Rica. Man.
I was there last year, Ricky.
Wow.
Where'd you go in Costa Rica?
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah. I went there with my daughter for 2 weeks last summer. We went to Jaco, and it was a blast there, brother.
I am so glad, Ricky, you got out of town, got to do a vacation. Just to get you up to speed, John and I are meeting in about 8 days here in Vegas, and we also are going on a vacation, but we have a little thing going on, man. We might be jumping off the Strat and live streaming it for you guys to see, so we'll see. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Jesus, man. Oh, bro, Ozzy on the Osbournes, that was a great show, and he'd get pissed off. Radio on.
Sharon! Pooped on the carpet again.
Oh, fucking Ozzy. Well, glad you had a great time, Ricky. It's good you got away, buddy.
Yeah.
Close My Eyes with Ozzy with Lita Fox.
Yep, that's the song. Yep. Close My Eyes forever.
All right. I don't remember Guanacoste. I don't know if I went down that way. We were down in Jaco. That's where we stayed. Jaco.
Imagine saying you live in Jaco. I live in Jaco.
It was an interesting town, bro. Interesting town.
I'm gonna bring John an 8x10 signed by Natty for sure.
The fuck you will. You don't got one signed by her, do you?
What's that?
You don't really have some shit signed by her, do you?
I've got an 8x10 and I've got a 8x10 with her and the Hart Dynasty. Yeah. Well, I got a Kiss card too, Johnny. I could give you that. You know the Kiss cards that they have where they I got a kiss card
From her?
Out of a pack. Out of a pack of cards. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm gonna give you.
No.
I'm gonna give you the Natty Kiss card.
Oh no. No.
Dude, I gotta dig that out now. I gotta bring the Natty Kiss card so you can finally press your lips to a piece of cardboard that your love of your life.
John it from Natty. Smooch from Natty. There we go. Ozzy and Hogan were my idols in life since I was a little kid and lost them both in a week. Yeah, within a few days of a
what a fucked up time period that was. I still feel really good. Embrace Natty. That's totally rewind, dude. That's totally fucking rewind.
That's a good weekend right there, Joey.
Pacers game, Cavs game, Penguins. Go to the Penguins game. Hockey all the time, bro.
Hockey's always a good one to go to.
Hockey is the best, especially if you're going to a sports bar. Go to the fucking
I've never been to a pro basketball game.
You've never been to a pro basketball game?
No, I've never been to an NHL game either, though. I've been to a million hockey games, but
you've never been to an NHL hockey game?
Never been to an NHL hockey game.
Bro.
Never. Yeah, I mean, we have like a semi-pro team around here. We've had all the AHL teams.
We need to see if are they playing right now?
Who's that?
I haven't been watching hockey. They're playing right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, do they have a Knights game when we're out there?
I don't know. We'll have to look.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to look. I would go in a heartbeat, bro.
Fuck yeah.
My team's the Mighty
Red Wings. Red Wings. Come on.
They're finally better, though, this year. You know? No, before I do the jump on the strat, I've already got it planned what I'm going to do because we're going to
kiss the card before you jump. That's
I want to live, and I want that to be the last kiss that I got before I fucking splat on the ground is to kiss that card. No, I've already got it planned. What I'm going to do when I jump with the GoPro strapped to me, and you already know what it is.
Do we want to spoil it or should we save it?
When I jump off the strat, I am going to yell, and we'll have the thing. It's and just go down right when I do it, and I will do it with the thing if I jump.
I'm gonna play JBL's fucking song in my pocket as I go down.
What are you going down to Atlanta for? Are you going down to watch the game, Jason? You going to go down and see the Hoosiers play? Is that who you're going to see in Atlanta? You going down for a little NCAA action this weekend?
Nice.
Blackhawks
are your team. Okay.
I have an Ozzy Osbourne tattoo. Wish I didn't get it now. I'm older and wiser. Hey, it's still a good tat to get from Ozzy.
That's a good tattoo. It could be way worse, Laza. It could be way worse.
Yeah. Everybody's got one. Well, you know I'm a Ducks fan, Jason, and I know you're a Ho-Ho Hoosiers fan, and we had a hell of a game earlier this season that you guys pulled out and won, and you guys are a phenomenal team, and I will say right now, I think it's going to be a great game, and I wish you guys all the best. You guys are a class team.
I'm Texas and ASU for life, baby.
Well, I'm a Duck, baby, and we got a big game against a great team, man. They are a good team that Jason's repping for the Hoosiers, man, so it's going to be some fun to watch this weekend. So I wish your team all the best. I know we'll have a great game, man. And nice. It's going to be two classy teams, man. I love college football, man. I love it.
Yeah, the only band tattoo I have, Ricky and Laza, is my Juggalo hatchet man on the back of my leg. So
the Knights are playing the Preds on the 17th. We might have to go.
Dude, we could go.
I'm fucking down, bro.
Dude.
I'm down.
Are they in Vegas though, or are they? He says they're in Vegas.
Yeah, on the 17th.
Oh, good, dude. That would be sick.
Let's do it, man. Joey's going for Ole Miss. Want to see them win after the Lane Kiffin debacle. Jeremy might disagree with that. He's a Bulldogs man, and that was a tough loss for them last week with the Dogs, man. They played a hell of a game till the end. See, that's why I love college football the most. I was always an NFL guy until the last few years. And college football,
the fucking passion in college football is unreal.
I love it. It's the best, man. There's nothing like it, you know. I went to my first college football game a few years ago, too. I had a blast at it. I went to an Army game, over at West Point. It was fucking awesome.
Be fun. Yeah.
It was cool. They do with the parachute guys, the Golden Knights jump in,
Do they play the Army song?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the Army goes rolling along.
Yeah, we were right up in the we were right up top near the student section, and those motherfuckers are loud. I mean, they're not like it's like 45,000 people I think come in the stadium.
Oh shit!
And I mean, but these big stadiums, they got 110,000 people in it for college football games. Go to a Penn State game, or go to one of those big stadiums like that for an SEC team. They're playing 100,000 people. Tennessee,
Jesus.
whatever. Pretty crazy, man. 45,000 is nothing in college football compared to some of these big teams. So
yeah, you imagine WrestleMania in one of those stadiums?
Whew, I don't think they could sell it out anymore, man.
You don't?
No, I don't. Not with 2 nights, at least.
Yeah, not with 2 nights.
No, not with 2 nights. I mean, what was the last big one they did? What was it? Dallas years ago?
Dallas.
Michigan Stadium seats 120,000 people.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of fucking people, man.
God damn.
Can you imagine being the parking crew?
No.
Yes. Fuck that job, man.
You know how much money they make just off of parking with that?
Seriously.
Good Lord.
You go to I went to a Mets game last year. Parking for you go to the shit spot to park in near the Mets stadium is like $60 or whatever.
Right.
It's like some bullshit like that. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you're an SEC guy, but I don't know. I'm a big conference man. You know that. You guys love your SEC ball. I'm a Big Ten guy. So
there you go.
But all good for me. Football, watching those kids play their hearts out, man, it's all good for me.
Yeah, and they do it not for the millions. They do it for the love of the game for the most part.
Well, I don't know about that anymore. With NIL money.
Do they make money now?
Oh, yeah, they're making money, NIL money. Some of these kids are making $5, $6 million, $7 million bucks a year.
No shit. I didn't know that. They changed the rules, huh?
Yeah, they are. You changed it about, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, guys, something like that. They started letting it in slowly, but yeah, they're making money. That's why you see these kids transferring around and everything. So, yeah, the Mets are in the hot on the heels of everybody right now, especially, I think they're going to wait on Scooball till he goes into free agency next year, Ricky. And I think, they would trade a lot for him, but they're going to want an extension off of him because our GM is a cheap douchebag that thinks he's under, minuscule money like when he was with Milwaukee and doesn't realize you got to pay these fucking guys insane amounts of money. So, but we're going to probably try to get him in free agency next year. I can't see them giving up everything without an extension from him. He's worth it though, for sure. Yeah, they hired that dude from Utah. He's like 70 years old, man. I don't know.
Christ.
Yeah, Underwood sucks. $12 million a year to quarterback Michigan football, and he sucked too, Rich. Yeah, 18 years old. I mean, can you imagine that? At 18 years old, making that type of money.
$12 million.
Wow. Insane, bro.
Insane.
To play college fucking football.
It's a lot of cheese, man. A lot of cheese.
The military games are always fun to watch, Joey. Always. So... but with endorsements and stuff that they're making, Jeremy, I can see
probably
that
walking 5-6 million.
Well, I can see 12 million with endorsements that they're making too on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Underwood is actually getting paid. Actually, I thought he was about 8 million for him, if I remember correctly. Because my neighbor, one of my good buddies, Jay's a Michigan fan. I thought he was at 8 million, and probably with endorsements, he's around 12 million bucks. Just insane, in fucking insane. I don't know, Rick. I watched a lot of their games. I didn't think he was that good. I didn't think he was that good. I really didn't, man. But we'll see under a different coach because, man, Sharon Moore, he had a hell of a ending to his tenure over there with everything. Woo! Talk about fucking your life up for abroad. That's what that guy did. And lost himself a $30 million contract in his career. And, insane.
By the way, let's I need to transition into something because it's something you talked to me about last week that I had no fucking idea about that was released. And it's actually a goof of the week for sure with Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
There's some shit unfolding in that is going insane right now that I've read more into. And my God, man, WWE's in some hot water. And when I say WWE, I mean the top brass. They may have to sell this shit to Saudi real quick.
To get out of the bullshit storm that they might be in?
Yes.
I mean, we were talking briefly about it last week, and it'll be our main topic that we're going to discuss tonight. Well, fuck it, let's get into it,
Yeah.
Like, Our Wednesday shows, as we talked about on our Sunday show, is going to be more modern news topics and much more casual, where we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. And, we do that anyways, but we're not going to have any real retro topics on Wednesdays. That's going to be primarily for Sundays. So if you guys didn't hear that, that's what we're going to be primarily doing this year. And then we're going to stream some stuff like on Saturdays. But we were talking about this on Sunday as a topic. And, man, the shit that was uncovered in text messages and stuff, I don't know how it couldn't be damning to WWE.
Not just that,
and
but
Vince and Shane and Nick.
Vince didn't leave control. Nick. Vince didn't leave control like they said he did for a good while.
No, he was there till the end of 2023.
Yeah.
He was still pitching storylines. So they uncovered a bunch of text messages. You guys can go look the text messages up for yourself if you want to see the lingo and the language and the stuff they're talking about. Vince writes out it was an email or a text message. I think it was email, actually, So I think it was an email. And he's writing out his complete exit strategy in this email to everybody and telling them exactly what he's going to do.
They gave him his playbook.
Yeah, he gave his fucking playbook out, man, about leaving the company temporarily. He's going to come back and take control, organize a sale of the company, blah, blah, blah.
Which, by the way, defeats what everybody was saying, that Stephanie was disgusted by him because she was complicit in this shit, too.
She was in the emails. Her, Triple H, Paul Levesque, and Nick Khan. Let's be realistic, though. The ringleader of all this shit is Nick Khan. Dude, he is the most complicit one in all this. But you know why he is? Because he's the weasel that's using somebody else's work and creation to profit for himself, Not
only that, but if you notice, he's the one that's like, oh, you got to speak in Signal and shit like that. Like he's trying to push it over to Signal.
He is. We'll give him the goof of the week for you, Ricky, because I would totally agree with you on that. There's no disagreement right here. He's the fucking goof of the week here. Yeah. Let's get Don Fry out before we continue on with this, because Sharon Moore, I know it's a little old news now, but we brought it up tonight. He's definitely fucking goof of the week territory here.
No, Mark Kerr's a fucking goof. He's a fucking goof. Jeez, anybody who knows him knows he's a goof.
Jesus Christ.
So Vince, going back to Vince though, and Vince and Paul Levesque and Stephanie and Nick Khan have this whole elaborate plan on how they're gonna do this whole strategy on stuff. And yeah, never trust a Khan, that's for sure. And Nick and Vince and Paul and Stephanie line this whole thing out. Vince lines it out, and it's exactly what happened.
Yes,
it's exactly what happened. And I don't think they thought the stuff was going to catch up, like with the Janelle Grant stuff and the stuff with, everything that had been going on there and, the bullshit behind the scenes, some of the stuff. I don't think they figured that stuff was going to come out like it did, that was the catalyst, I think, to have to make them change it up a little bit.
This is like this makes the Martha Stewart shit look like small time, man. I mean, it really does.
It's like Rico level shit, man.
They knew Vince was going to come back, and they knew it was going to boost profits when he exited and when he came back.
Yeah.
They were banking on the fact that the prices were going to dip and that they were going to fucking sell high when he came back.
Yep.
That's why you saw a massive stock dump on all their parts.
I don't know how you can't see those messages, like for the federal government, and to not fucking indict these people on this stuff. So the shareholders got to be fucking pissed when this stuff comes out.
Oh, man.
They got roped, man.
They did.
And he made billions more off of it,
Wasn't he trying to convert it back into a private traded company instead of
that was his end goal, was to make it privately traded again.
So that they could sell it.
Yep.
And maximize their profits.
Yep. So he would have made all this off of everything, man, and then got even more in the back end.
Yeah,
it's a total insider trading bullshit scandal. It
is.
I think that's the right terminology, right?
Insider, yeah. And this is for educational purposes, by the way.
Yeah,
we're going off of text messages we've seen online.
Yeah, and we're just giving an opinion. We're not experts.
We're giving an opinion. We're not experts, but from what it looks like,
I ain't a dumb fuck though, and neither are you. Like, come on, man, this is bad news.
We've all been hustlers at some point in our life, and I'm just saying. Where there's smoke, like that, there's usually fire. And there's a lot of smoke here with these text messages.
Yeah, a lot of it.
And Triple H and Stephanie, Triple H and Stephanie were definitely complicit.
Absolutely, man. And Nick was the ringleader of this shit.
Yeah, and Vince was just cashing in, you know.
Absolutely, that's what we're talking about with all the email exchanges, that stuff, man. That's exactly what that stuff you sent me is what we're talking about. You know, yeah. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it must be one. I mean, this is
do you think these people could? I mean, is it a possibility they could face jail time for that, prison time, like something?
Could be, you know. I mean, if they really dig deep. But see, the thing was, the best message is the one where he spells lingus, and Vince doesn't know what they mean when they say lingus, and nobody else will hear would unless you use this type of app, which I don't use it, you know, and you don't use it. We're not doing encrypted shit, you know, and putting out confidential stuff. It's what the military uses. Lingus is signal spelled backwards, which is what the military uses, you know, the government and high-powered people use to communicate back and forth. Because what Signal has is it has an auto delete feature. Nothing that you transmit saves, it deletes.
Exactly.
You know, so he was telling him to go over to Signal and use Signal, which will auto delete. So none of that stuff is going to be on there. You know, yeah. He only knows what cunnilingus means. That's true, Joey. You know,
he probably has a toy named that.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 name that. You know, in various colors and shapes and sizes. You know, but he didn't know what they were talking about, and then, you know, they tell him. So then that's their sign. They're sending him over to an, you know, something that doesn't store their information, and they don't have to worry about being potentially fucking breached. You know, unless you send your shit out like our Secretary of Defense did to you know, a newspaper about an attack we were doing. You know, that's what, you know, if you've ever heard of Signal, that's what most people are notorious with knowing it for, was our Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, sending out a confidential mission that they were discussing bombing people on Signal, you know, and acted like it wasn't a big deal that they sent the messages out to a fucking news source accidentally, you know. That's what Signal is. That's what they're talking about in this Vince McMahon, Nick Khan thing. That's when he's saying lingus. He says lingus backwards. Signal.
Go on Signal.
Yeah. Auto delete feature, man. So we can go talk about all this shady shit that we're going to go
do. Could you imagine being a fly in those text messages, dude? Bro.
Somebody's got to have something on them.
Well, Nick Khan has something on everybody, it sounds like.
Yeah. It is chaotic, man. And it's just like you see in the world now, you know. I'm with you, man. I hate drama. Never get involved in it. Don't want to be around people.
Probably why you went to Costa Rica to begin with.
Yeah, get away from people, man. Don't be around drama. Be around normal. You know, be around like when you see it. It's like the current scheme of this world today, man. That you see is just shit like this, where people are always doing dishonest and, you know, dumb things, and they're always trying to find a way to cheat people. Right. You know, and to be thieves and scumbags and, you know, all that stuff. Yep. And, you know, what these guys are doing right here, guaranteed, you know, lied about the whole thing. You know, everybody thought Stephanie was like the victim in this.
They were saying that she was like against her dad and that's why she resigned and all this shit. No. And if you go back to that time frame where these emails were taking place, they all at separate times dumped their fucking stock. That's a pump and dump scheme right there.
Yeah.
They pumped it up, or they made it cheaper when Vince exited, and then they fucking bought in, right? And then they sold when he came back at record profit. I mean, if that doesn't scream insider trading, I don't know what the fuck is.
It's all there. Know? It's blatant, man.
Yeah.
It's blatant. Martha Stewart got what, like 2-3 years in prison for that or something?
Yes.
You know, and not to mention people get way more for it.
Yeah.
You know? There's been notorious scandals through the years with that.
Yeah, let's be honest here. None of them are going to jail.
No. Should they?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. If they're doing what everybody can see that they're doing, and let's be realistic, we're not groundbreaking anything that hasn't been said by other people. You know, there has been other people that have said this from the original. It's been like 2023 since the sale started, I think, you know? So it's been a few years.
That the UFC and WWE are like deeply entrenched with Saudi money, though?
Well, that's the thing is, you know, that's the other half of this, you know, this topic tonight is Endeavor is way over their head right now with losses. in the WWE side alone. So since they've done this venture, the estimates are that they've lost, last year it was $3 billion. And then this year they're estimating that they've lost over $4 billion. So some even think that the number is even higher, that it might be $5 to $7 billion that they've lost since
you think that's what it is, 5 to 7?
I would imagine it's probably the higher number if I was to guess. Because
what do you think is contributing to that?
I think that they're extremely over their heads with various deals that they're involved in, and we see big, massive numbers that they're pulling in, you know, but we don't know the massive expenses that must go with it.
Right.
You know, the massive expenses that must go with some of this stuff has got to be insane. You know, I mean, who knows what it is? I don't know. You know, that's way above my level of life of ever, you know, understanding that, but if you're losing at a minimum of $3 to $4 billion in the first
that's
few
not
years,
sustainable, man.
No, it's not. You can do it for so long, and you can write losses off for so long, but you can't do it for a long, long time, man. And I don't think that they figured that their losses were going to be this significant.
Well, and they also forgot, like, that's my problem with WWE and this new era of WWE is the reason why they were brought to the dance to begin with, they forgot about. And it's the mega stars that they were creating, the Stone Colds, the Rocks, you know, people like that were larger than life characters. They're not interested in making that anymore. They want WWE to be the prime focus. Mm-hmm. That's not why fans liked the WWE. Yes, we respect the WWE as a whole, as a house that helped, you know, build these stars and make them who they are and everything in front of us. But they're not letting these guys be artists anymore when they go out there. It's all controlled from the time they step through that fucking curtain to the time they come back after the match is over. You know, these guys go out there, someone's writing their promos, someone's making their costumes, someone's doing all these different things. There's no input from the person that's actually going out there and being this person. It's all cookie cutter shit. You know?
And they're doing it at most once or twice a week, you know?
Yes.
Like, there's no house shows anymore like there once was. There's no touring circuits.
So you're not getting any type of unique feel when you go.
No. You know?
It's all cookie cutter bullshit.
I don't know how you could, if you have such a global product that they do, I don't know how you could be losing so much money unless you just extremely overbought, you know, for what you did. And what they're doing now is generic garbage, man. Let's look at Monday Night Raw this week before we continue on with this topic.
Oh,
that was some of the most boring fucking
And how
garbage.
much money do you think they had to spend to get that collaboration with Stranger Things?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no, Netflix is on there. It's probably pushing it to them. Here's the most telling thing about the whole collaboration with Stranger Things. Stranger Things is the biggest show going now, you know, and it's been for a long time. It's been the most anticipated finale for, you know, years. And they got this whole massive thing. They're doing a Stranger Things opening for the first Raw of the year, you know, to symbolize the 1 year anniversary, all this shit. You didn't get one fucking person from the show, even on the goddamn WWE Stranger Things edition, you know? No. And it's Corey Graves and Michael Cole fucking hiding in the van and to kick the show off, and then playing the music and putting a little bit of themes up. They're dumping money into shit, and they're not doing anything with it. They're putting generic garbage out there again.
Oh, and don't even start on the fucking matches. They pumped this show up to be some like groundbreaking show, and it was mediocre at best, you know.
The main event was pretty decent.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Braun Breaker he'll be the main event soon, but he ain't ready yet, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't ready yet.
Yeah,
he about killed himself again.
I was going to say, he took a heavy spill when he cracked his head on that fucking ring.
Yes. Absolutely. What a way to get heat for Gunther. Have him choke out one of the characters on there.
Right.
You know? Get somebody on there. Come on, man.
Well, they didn't even fucking, like, why would you not bring fucking Jericho out?
Something, you know? Their whole thing they're pumping up now is like all these NXT people they're bringing up. Javon Evans, he's bouncy. Fucking, what's the other guy's name? Obafemi's up now. They brought Cardona back. They're bringing Jordan Grace up, you know. Lash Legend is on the show, you know, SmackDown now. There's big things they're doing from NXT. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that, okay? Obafemi's not going to draw one new eyeball to your product.
I'm sorry, dude. I don't know.
None of them
Everybody was like, oh my God, Obafemi this, Obafemi that. I'm like, what in the fuck am I missing here?
My buddy sends me it today. My good buddy Jeff sends me it over today because he loves Obafemi. He's like all excited about it. He's like, oh, what's going to be up there? It's going to be amazing. And I'm just trying to be polite because I don't like him, and I feel the same way you do. I'm like, what is so great about this guy? Like he's big, he's imposing.
It's not like we haven't seen the same fucking character before.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, cool, man. He's like, oh, he's going to do great. And I said, yeah, well, we might need to slow our roll on that one and see how this goes first, Yeah. How many people have they brought up and have they done anything with,
Right.
Nothing. I like Solruka. I think she's great. And she is hot as fuck. But
Jeremy, that's very true about that jacket.
Oh, he was mocking the Michigan.
That was pretty cool.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he had Rick Steiner's fucking jacket,
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
I reckon a smart move for pro wrestling promotions could be use old business models to tap into national markets, the likes of which WWE are neglecting that worked before. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's lots of different things they can do.
Yeah.
The landscape has changed to streaming. We all know that.
Yeah.
The landscape has changed to streaming. That's the way it's going to be from this point forward. That's the big way to go for them to make money.
Right.
But there's other ways that they can generate people and do a better product than the shit that they've been putting out the last 6 weeks, man. They were doing real good for a while. I'll tell you what ruined it. I said it on Sunday. It was fucking bringing Natty on television, Yeah,
it could be that, but I think
she's gone again though.
It's okay. You'll be happy when you press your lips up against that sweet
cardboard. No. Fuck no. Like, look at that match with that Maxine Dupree, who's been better than she was before. That was the most choreographed,
it was
bullshit match with
especially the cartwheel in the ring.
Oh,
it was like, really?
God, I want to vomit when I see crap like that. It's so choreographed crap, man. You know? And I got to say this too, because me and you said this before we came on the air tonight. We were going to be on fire a little bit tonight and maybe say some things that might not make some people happy who like these people. Becky Lynch is one of the worst fucking female wrestlers.
What the fuck was she wearing, bro?
She looked like a fucking banana outfit, or
She looked like she was fucking from the Goofy movie, that fucking Powerline character.
Yeah, fucking awful, bro.
What in the fuck? Who in the fuck said that was a good idea to go out there in that?
Obviously, she probably has creative control over her character. I bet it's her idea. She sucks, dude. I do not.
Johnny definitely would be subscribing to Natty's OnlyFans.
The fuck I would.
The platinum package.
The fuck I would, bro. But you know what the sad thing is, Laza? There's about 1 million fucking creeps out there that would pay her for it. So she'd make more fucking money doing that than she ever would in wrestling. But she's too much of a fucking mark for herself to be smart and go make the cash. She really fucking thinks that she's a fucking pro wrestling legend.
Yep.
I'm sorry, bro. If I'm going to be making $1 million a month on OnlyFans, or if I'm going to be licking my face like a fucking horse's ass for, 30 seconds on Raw to make a couple $100,000 a year, I'm going on OnlyFans, man, and I'm shaking my booty.
Yep.
You motherfuckers, don't tell me you wouldn't do it for $1 million a month too, like these girls are making. You would, wouldn't you?
I'm gonna start taking pictures of my feet, dude.
Yeah, go sell that shit. You might make some good cash, man. It's like the episode of fucking Seinfeld where George, is in a career crossroads and it feels like he's a loser, and people see his hands and give him $5,000 to take pictures of his fucking hands.
Jesus.
There's creeps out there that'll do anything. Star woman Becky Lynch, she's terrible, man.
She's
the outfit bad. Had Michael Hayes written all over it. I think it's more her. Them feet pics are money makers, bro. We're in the wrong profession.
That's what I was saying.
Les is openly admitting he'd be a creep and sign up for hers. Hey,
Jesus Christ, I believe you.
There'd be a million other of you guys that would do it too. So people would do it, guaranteed, man. She'd be making bank over there. But the product that we're getting week after week on WWE is shit, man. It really has been terrible. And there's probably a fetish for that too. You know, they're probably OnlyFans for fucking poop.
It's pretty fucking bad.
You know,
it's pretty shitty when you have a fetish for bad wrestling.
Did you like anything really big about this show on Monday?
You know, the commercials were great. Like
it was over.
No, I just, you know, they
I can't lie. I need a pair of Sol Ruka socks. Fucking sign me up.
I'm going to be honest with you. The CM Punk match was decent, right? I still think that the rest of the show was a downer, dude. There wasn't really anything that impressive.
Yeah.
And that's just me being as blatantly honest as I can be. I was very disappointed. I was excited for the first time. Oh, they're going to do a theme show. They got to have some sort of surprise on there. And another thing, like these crash out moments with fucking Pierce have got to stop.
You need to get out of here now.
Every fucking
week, man.
They have a crash out moment with this fucking guy.
He's screaming into the mic like
he looks like his head's gonna pop like a zit because he's so fucking.
I think I texted you during the fucking Raw this week, or it was you or Jeremy or somebody. I said Adam Pearce is the worst fucking on-screen like authority figure ever.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is he, anyways? Before he was some horse's ass on the Indies, you know. Yeah. He worked in like the NWA when it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not that it's much better.
They did
now.
The same thing with Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis is actually a good talent.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Pierce was a good worker or something on the Indies, but I don't know, man. Why? He's not a good performer in any way. He's awful as an authority figure. Like you said, he's always screaming and having a crash out fucking moment 2-3 times a show.
Get it. Every fucking time, it's like, dude.
Sell a bag of air.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I think it was more than $1,000 though.
I thought it was like $1,700.
Do you think somebody fucking paid for it?
Yes. People buy pieces of toast that supposedly have Jesus' face in it for thousands of dollars.
Oh, Jesus, man. What people?
You know, like
I remember the computer.
just to be a dick, bro. I would rip ass in that bag.
People do sell that shit, man. They sell their farts in a jar.
In that bag and call it the fucking
air, people sell their farts in a jar and their bath water. Dude. You know, Sydney Sweeney. Yes, you didn't know that? Sydney Sweeney.
I'm buying you some natty bath water.
No, dude. Fuck off, bro. Sydney Sweeney was selling her bath water, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much. I think it was like $500 for a little thing of it, man.
God.
Can you imagine how many tubs I would fucking jump in and tell people if they're going to pay me $500 for a little jar of my bath water?
I would get you every bottle of Natty's bath water so you could take a bath in the water she bathed in.
But I'm talking about
the rest of your life.
If people were willing to pay you for your bath water, bro, I would.
You know you've made it when people are paying for your bath water.
Absolutely, bro. I'd be taking 10 baths a day and having my assistant come in and make little jars.
Collecting the jars
here. 500 there.
Fucking mason jars.
Yeah. Mason jars are like $5,000.
They're going to pickle your bath water.
Somebody's drinking that shit when they get Sydney Sweeney sat in this.
You'd be like Jesse Ventura out in the Baja.
Out in the Baja, we got a silo of tortillas. Oh, God. Jesus. What the? No. No.
That went off the rails quickly.
I ain't Vince McMahon and Johnny Ace here, brother.
Dude, I wonder if you got a sex toy called the Natty.
The heart attack.
The heart attack.
The fucking heart attack, man. That's the fucking pink dildo that Vince has on his man.
Yours is a dildo that makes the natty fart sounds when you're filming.
Adam Pearce is comparable to a Christopher Daniels. Both wrestled under Rick Bassman. I know that name from UPW. Cena, Prototypes, Mojo. Miz too actually was out there. And he introduced the likes of Sting and Warrior. He's a notorious scumbag too. But
I bet.
Yeah, Rick Bassman for sure. I know that name. He was in a documentary back in the day with him too. You know, so I don't know about any Adam Pearce's credentials. I don't think I've ever seen an Adam Pearce match. Have you?
No.
Natty bathwater mouthwash.
It's getting better. It's getting better by the moment.
least it's not toilet water.
Yeah.
You know, the sad thing is some creep would pay fucking 10 times the amount of bath water for that
She'll
one.
sell you her used lip injections. The fuck?
Oh, Jesus, man.
Good
so,
God.
Scott Hall.
Yeah, right. Saudi.
But looping it all together with what we were talking about with everything with Endeavor and WWE and the product and the way people are kind of viewing it now, and people seeing the price gouging that's going on there, and then hearing that Endeavor is, $3 to $4 billion in a hole. If you don't think they're looking to unload this, you're crazy, man.
Well, all the signs show that it's a sinking ship. You know? It's not.
And let's rephrase that really quick though, Rich. It's not that WWE is a sinking ship for them. It's the Endeavor business model that they're operating.
Well, you got to look at it. It's just like any fucking company out there. Any big corporation that is being managed by a different company.
Yeah.
You can really ruin a company really quickly and take the legitimacy out of it by scandals after scandals after scandals, and that's what they're having. Nobody at the end of this is going to want to touch it with a 40-foot fucking pole, because you had the Vince McMahon shit. Now you're having these insider trading emails, one thing after another, and then you're going to sell it to the Saudis. My thing is, who in the Saudi regime that's going to buy this thing is going to continue the legacy of the WWE and how it is. They're going to change everything about it and the culture about it, and it's going to go away. WWE is going to have a completely different face when the Saudis buy it.
These are the same fuckers that think they can book an Ultimate Warrior match, man.
They're going to have Mansoor on every fucking main event.
Come on, man. It's over.
The modern day Maharaja is going to be back in the title picture.
Yeah, it's over.
You're going to have the great Khali coming back. Like.
You think it's going to happen? You think they're going to sell to the Saudis here? I do too.
Yes.
You know why?
They would be fools if they didn't do it.
Because the rumor is the Saudis are willing to pay a minimum of $10 billion. Maybe
and the sad thing about that is chump change to the Saudis.
Nothing. Fucking dick. They don't care. That's spending money for the weekend.
They're just doing it to have it so they can showcase it in Saudi fucking Arabia as a big fuck you to
and
America.
Own another part of the world, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And they're willing, they said, to pay $10 to $15 billion at a minimum valuation is what the Saudis.
And what's WWE evaluated at?
When they sold it, I think it was 8 or 8.5 billion that they sold it to Endeavor for. So
you're telling me they sold to Endeavor for $8 billion, if I'm understanding that right?
Yep. About $8 billion.
Then they do a partnership with TKO and the UFC. Didn't they make an ass load of money with that?
They valued them together. That they were the valuation of the two the UFC products and the WWE side of things. So the valuation of them together, I think, was $21.5 billion.
Okay, so you got 25 billion.
21.5 billion.
21.5. Okay, then you get a Netflix deal, right? You have the ESPN deal, which is stupid money as well.
Yep.
So all these people, the Paul Levesques, the Nick Khans, all of them, they're all going to benefit if they then triple dip and sell it. And now they're out of it and they have all this cash and they don't even have to worry about it anymore. Then they can go and start a new company.
Why would they want to even?
Why would you want to at that point? You get
retire, fade off into obscurity, bro.
Yeah, you got billions at that point.
Yeah. They just fade off into obscurity because they all have they all have stock.
That's if they avoid prison.
They will. Look who they're in. I'm not even gonna say it, but
you can say it. It's this color.
Yeah, I mean they're all friends, man.
Yeah,
it's obvious, It's just the whole.
It's get away with as much as you can while you can.
Yeah, 100%, man. And the sad reality is that shit's small potatoes compared to other stuff that's going on in the rest of the world now.
Jeremy is saying if the Saudi sale happens, he will walk away from wrestling for good. Wrestling as a whole or just WWE?
I'm not going to say I would. I'm not going to be that elaborate, but I'll
feel
tell you
it out and see what the hell happens. But you and I are not fans of Saudi fucking Arabia.
No,
I'm
not at
not.
all.
I'm not.
No, I'm not going to bullshit and say I am. And I'm a
Yeah.
fan of the things that they've done, you know, and the rights violations that's been done over there through the years and all that shit. They're fucking blood money with them, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's blood money when you get involved with these guys,
Right.
you know, and their regimes and the way that they view people and human life. He's saying WWE.
Yep. Well, look at how look at how women get treated when they go and perform in
Absolutely.
Saudi. You know.
You know, I mean, Vince is 80 years old now or something.
I think you'll have a Vince tell-all book before he starts a new company. You're not gonna see him start a new company.
Oh, he's gonna fuck everybody that bullied him or did something wrong to him.
It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be like the best Jerry Springer episode ever.
Do you think he's gonna do that, or now that these emails have come out, do you think it was all a fucking game?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a game or not. I think he got fucked at the end because I don't think they expected the backlash of things. When things got out there really bad with him, with the money he had taken, you know, from the company to spend with the Janelle Grant stuff and other things. You know, I think there's a lot of people that would be like you guys.
Dude, Saudi just bought EA Sports.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They just bought them?
They bought EA Sports, one of the biggest sports manufacturer games in America.
Wow.
They make the UFC games, they make the Madden games, the soccer game, all that shit.
You know, I don't generalize people, you know, as a culture. I'm not going to do that or anything like that because, you know, I love everybody and I think there's good people everywhere you go. I'm not generalizing anybody. I'm looking at it from the scope of the people that would own it and what they've been involved in. And they're not good fucking people, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying just because a Saudi Arabian ethnicity
it's because of
buys
the
it,
scummy shit
I'm
that
saying
they've been involved with.
The people that have had sketchy backgrounds and have, for all intents and purposes, had people murdered and different things like that. Like, that's why I'm out. You know,
Vince would be welcome any day that he wants to come on this show.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't even be able to look in the camera.
We're lucky to get about 30 viewers on YouTube, man.
I would just have like a little. I would have a dildo with a cane mask and just like slowly move it up.
Like tee it up right here, man. Like bring it any day. Give a small time show.
Have a mankind and a fucking cane mask dildos.
Bro, it'd be the greatest thing ever, man. We'd have, you know, like I said, we're lucky if we get about 30 viewers on YouTube sometimes, man.
Yeah.
We'd have fucking 30 million people that would be watching on that one.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, bro. And I'd egg him on things and get him going.
It would be so funny.
Oh, it'd be so fun, man. I would show nothing but respect to Vince, though.
I wouldn't show my butt to him at all.
No, I'd have fun with it, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fucking interview that would be with a guy like that?
No.
He'd be a fucking pain in the ass, wouldn't he?
Dude, he'd walk away. He'd walk out because we'd be triggering him so bad. I would be like, there's so many jokes I would pull on that fucking show. It wouldn't be funny, man.
If you ask people,
I'd be like, so what were you thinking when you squatty pottied on her back?
What was it like to order a man to defecate on another woman like that? You sick creep. What is your favorite sex toy name that you carry in your luggage? You know,
what were you thinking when you were going to book Stephanie as being the mother of your unborn child?
How many women through the years and men did you have sexual relationships with through your illustrious
Is Bret
career?
Hart right? Did you really fuck?
That was going to be my next one. Is Bret Hart telling the truth that you and Shawn Michaels got it on and did?
Would you like to have a fucking lie detector test? Did you enjoy Jim Ross kissing your ass on TV?
Did you like making Trish bark like a dog? Did it make you feel more superior in this world? What type of dye are you using to look like Pepe Le Pew?
Right.
What was your thought process going?
Vampire?
Do you suck the blood out of people while donning your El Chapo mustache?
Jesus Christ.
God. Vince would be the greatest. We'd have to retire after that if we got Vince.
Oh, dude, I'd die a happy man.
What drugs did you come up with, Katie Vick?
Oh my God.
If WWE gets sold, I'll downgrade to AEW. I've downgraded women and pretended to be happy I can do it with wrestling.
No shit. Fair enough, Joey. That's a good point.
I think it's going to happen, guys, in the next year or so. I do. I think Endeavor knows they've got a little too far over their head. I don't think they want to deal with the headache and the nonsense that it's all entailed. And I think that if they sell it for about 10 to 15 billion, they'll make enough money to break even and make a little bit of money and profit for themselves.
But was it their fucking plan this whole time?
I think Endeavor was a backup plan. I do. I think Endeavor was a backup.
Do you think they didn't have the negotiation power with the Saudis yet, and that's why they sold to Endeavor?
No, I still go back to what I always said. I think Disney was going to be the prime suitor for them.
You and I said that for probably 4 or 5 years. We said,
and I still stick to it. I bet you none of this would ever come out there. But I bet you if it was ever able to be uncovered, if people were ever able to get this like signed, sealed, and confidential stuff, I bet you Disney was their biggest suitor. But Disney had the kiss of death with the ESPN stuff and all the stuff that was going on. They lost a tremendous amount of money from the Marvel and Star Wars universe over the last few years. So their streaming app itself, Disney Plus, was a massive fucking failure for them.
That's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever generated any profit off of that. In fact, I think it's one that's significantly lost through the years. That's why it's being bundled together right now. Look at
they can't give this shit away.
Yeah, if you wonder why WWE, they're bundling WWE, material with this to try to get people to buy into Hulu and to Disney and to ESPN. And they're putting it together as a $35 combo for people because nobody's buying the shit that is making them money for what they're spending. Right. So that I think was the kiss of death because Disney would have been the biggest suitor, but Disney got so far over their head and they bought too much.
Right.
They didn't make enough. And I think there was a lot of other great offers that were out there, but I think Endeavor had a real big head probably and thought that they could take all this and run with it. And that'd be a similar style. They'd think we could run the UFC style, and it's going to work over here.
It's just funny to me. And it's funny that Jeremy just brought this up, but on both sides of the partnership, there is the antitrust lawsuit going on with Dana White where they have him coming in. Potentially could be in some hot water there. And then now you have all this uncovered about this possible insider trading, RICO, whatever case that you got brewing in WWE before they do the pump and dump and sell it to the Saudis. Like on both sides of this partnership, there are shady ass motherfuckers that are making billions of fucking dollars off these sales and stuff like that. And nobody's batting a fucking eye,
Well, look at Warner Brothers too, Laza. If you think that fucking deal is going to go through with Netflix, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
For the people that are out there, we detailed that out on it. That shit
fucking way.
It was a $5 billion fuck you that they gave to the people. That's what Netflix did because they could. If they get it for $82.5 billion and it does go through, then they look at it as a win-win for them. Man, it doesn't mean shit to them. Small potatoes, man. They'll make their money back and then some.
Sure.
So you're seeing it now, man. It's a fight. And the fight to me is these companies, especially in the entertainment world, is all these companies are trying to make their billions when the reality is the people that control it all is the Saudi Arabians, man.
Yep.
And all the money that these people are fighting over, the big money, this huge money, $9 billion, $8 billion, whatever it was that Endeavor bought for WWE, that is chump fucking change, as we said to the Saudis. So
it's kind of full circle of what's going on in the world right now. We can only have ourselves in the mirror to thank for making the Saudis rich because we taught them how to pump that shit out of the fucking ground.
The worst mistake ever made was for them back in the day. It made them the most money, but the worst mistake for the lineage and the history of the WWE was when they went public, Joey.
Yep.
Being privatized would have been the best thing for people that were valuing the product and for people that wanted to own it from their scale of WWE, from a smaller scale, and not be part of this massive conglomerate like Endeavor is or these other companies. They could make money hand over fucking fist if they had it privatized. But
Shane McMahon should be at the helm of WWE right now.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Somebody that never should have, they always said through the years, they'll never get rid of it out of the McMahon family. Never will. Go
back to WrestleMania 20 where it all begins again and the promo they cut where, Vince and Shane are holding the grandkid in their hands and talking about the lineage of WWE and how they're going to hand it down and shit.
Yeah.
Shane got the real fucking shit end of the stick of everybody, dude. He really did. He really did.
Steffi always got what she wanted, you know.
The fucked up part is Shane was the best suited for the position.
Yeah. What do you think it was that made them never want to bank on Shane?
I think he had a better relationship with his mother and saw the things that his dad was doing behind the scenes with women and stuff like that. And I think that it soured their relationship and probably put an estranged relationship between the two for a while. I think Shane is a mama's boy in a good way. And I think he took her side in the whole thing. I think he saw that because he probably partied during his time too and all that stuff. And he probably saw a lot of stuff that he shouldn't have seen as a son and things like that. And he saw his dad's real character. I that's what I think happened.
Only way you're going to get him to do it, Tony Khan tried to lure him over, and Shane saw right through his bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
he knew that that's a sinking ship. He's not going to attach his name to it.
The only way Shane's going to do something like that and go, and even, no matter how bad they've screwed him over, you know? Like, the only way he's going to go ever against them and start his own is if he knows that he can do some damage. He doesn't want that shit on his legacy, right. You know, because he's never had any scandal with him. That's the funny thing, you know.
Shane McMahon's kept his nose clean for the most part.
Yeah, I've never heard anything bad about him. Have you?
No.
People always say, like, the wrestlers always would say that worked with him, that he was one of the best guys to work with, that he just wanted to do nothing but put people over and give his best, and, you know, respected the business and loved the business. It ran him out, you know. They ran him out. Let's be realistic. And that fucking weasel Triple H is probably the biggest one that ran him out too, man, because he knew that he had a good in there.
They even put that shit in storylines and stuff, you know.
There it is, right there. Look, 202 for their stock right now. Yep. So that's what they do, Jeremy. They get it at a level, and they're going to get it. They're going to get the valuation of it up. They're going to sell it. Yep. Sell it for more money, man. They get it. They boost it up. And then what happens once they sell it off, Rich, you know, and they go down? What does the stock go down to typically?
Oh, it tanks.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky if you get $80 a share.
Yep. Yeah, he wanted to. Vince didn't want to do it. Vince didn't see any value in it. The irony of that.
He's kicking himself in the ass for that.
Yeah. And you mentioned too, as you guys mentioned earlier, about what if they got rid of Dana in the UFC. We're going to talk about the UFC to close the show tonight, right after this topic. But dude, I don't think it would be a big fucking deal to them if they lost Dana White. Do you?
I think it would be huge to the face of the UFC because Dana White's it would be the impactfulness of what it was like when Vince, you know, it would be a shot heard around the world for sure. Because Dana White is the face of the UFC. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He really put the UFC on the fucking map. He's been the brains behind it. He has surrounded himself with smart people. Dana White is a smart individual. Mm-hmm. But with every smart individual, they still have their flaws. And I think this antitrust lawsuit is the catalyst for him. I really think this is going to affect him in that way. Because if he withheld information pertaining to that and affected that lawsuit in any way, that's not good, man. That's on the level of what we're talking about. You know,
that's why I don't think it would be a huge loss for them. He's such an interesting figure because he loves the sport. He's a great face behind it in many ways, like you mentioned. He's a genius in a lot of his business strategies and who he aligns himself with, all that stuff. I totally agree with you on everything that you said. But he's a liability too, because he's a loose cannon. You know, he's a loose cannon.
You just look at his personal life and how he handles himself. You go read the stuff that his mom said about him, his family, his gambling habits, things like that. He's not as stable as the media pumps him out to be.
Yeah, he portrays himself a certain way often.
You see him, and I'm not trying to knock on somebody for this. I have my faults too, but you know, getting drunk and smacking your wife when you're you're the head of this multi-billion-dollar company, and you smack your wife on a video in a public venue and stuff like that. Like, it's not a good look, man. You know,
I bet you he's close to a billionaire.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, if he keeps gambling the way he is, he's not going to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, his net worth might be close to $1 billion. What he has, though, might be the complete opposite with his gambling and his habits that he has, you know?
Right.
I think they'd move on from him, and I think business would actually flourish in a lot of ways without the tyranny that he runs things at sometimes over there and how he holds things up.
The thing of it is Dana White is the only guy that I know that could buy a company like that in the red, not even with his own money, with the Fertitta's money.
Yeah.
They put him at the helm of it. Then he gets it to be this global conglomerate, sells it, right? And then still negotiates that he's the chief operating officer of daily operations. He's still the head of it, owns 20% of the fucking company, sells it again in this partnership, and is still the fucking head of the place. You're telling me at this point he could possibly sell it again?
Doesn't he have like $150 million salary or something too?
Something stupid like that.
Yeah. Just insane, you know? Yeah. I mean, and he's got a high school education, which is the best part too.
He's a fucking idiot.
He is an idiot.
If they bring him in there, UFC's going out of business.
Is he the most successful high school graduate ever, Dana White? One of them probably, you know?
By far.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying people have to go to college to be smart, but, you know, typically you see people in the business world, you know, they've been off in extensive education and schooling and, you know, things like that to get there. The guy, you know, barely graduated high school and, you know, now has done what he's done in this business. He's obviously a bright dude. You know?
I'm going to be honest with you. If there was a celebrity or a person that I could change spots with, I've always said it, he would be the one. He would be the one. I would love to be in Dana White's shoes. The moments that he's had, the history he's got to have, the story that he's had where he's come from nothing, was a goofy looking fuck when he first bought the UFC, and just everything about it, man. You know, he's got to do so much and had so much influence and different things like that. Dana White's a fucking genius, man. He really is.
I don't think you'd want to live that life for that long.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know? I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to either. And I'm like you, man. I've lived a fun life and done a lot of amazing things. I don't know if I'd want to live like that.
Getting front row seats to the UFC every fucking event would be pretty convincing.
It'd be fun. It would be a good time. Anytime he wants to, Leslie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're not making any friends tonight with these people either.
They wouldn't. They definitely wouldn't want to be coming on this shit. This small last show.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, I think some people respect being real though, and giving your real thoughts and real opinions on things though too. You know, like not everybody wants. I don't think Dana's a guy that always wants people to sugarcoat it for him. Do you?
No, and that's why I think he's an endearing character, because if you watch a lot of his interviews and stuff, like he's a no nonsense, like no bullshit guy.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't give a shit. He cuts through the bullshit. Now, when he's a promoter, he puts his promoter face on.
Sure.
He can be a big bullshitter, you know.
That's the most interesting.
UFC 300 to me was a bullshitter promoter move.
Yeah. A guy that's been mailing it in for a while.
Yeah.
I was a diehard watcher forever. And
me too.
You know, they scaled me off of it when they priced me out years ago. And I still keep up with it. I'm not as adamant with you, but you know, we're going to get back into it now that it's free again. There's no excuse now. You know, that's what got me off of it was the price gouging. You know,
well,
how much was a pay-per-view?
$80.
$80, man.
Here's my thing though that I see happening, right? I think they're going to have the Paramount Plus events, but I think the UFC is going to double dip, and I guarantee you there's still going to be premium events. I'm predicting that. I think we're going to get our events like the fight nights. You're still going to get PLEs, but you're going to get premium. They're going to have this premium PLE.
They're going to do what WWE Network used to do, where they give you everything for free, and then they start gouging you out in different markets in different ways.
Right.
You know, that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to get off of it. I think what they noticed on their business model at the end and why it wasn't sustainable to them to do it that way anymore was because the $80 a show for people when you're running as many big shows as they do or want to run, most general people cannot afford that. And they knew they had to sustain a certain amount with the amount that they were traveling. They're losing money on shows. I guarantee you too, when they're going to a lot of those fight nights and things. You know, they're not making any big amounts of money on this and things like that. So they knew a certain model too. And I think it's affected them evolving into the future in a lot of ways. And I think that they are going to take some of the models that the WWE originally used and employ them to redevelop their model into something that's even bigger and better in the future. Right. Who knows how they're going to do it? but I think they will. You know,
I think you're going to have tiers. They're going to break it down into a tier structure of what events you're going to watch. You're going to get a premium event where you'll have somebody featured on the likes of like a Alex Pereira or a Conor McGregor or something like that you're going to have to pay, $60 for. And then you're going to have the people underneath that are the Islam Makhachevs and stuff like that, where people are excited to see, but they're not going to pay that kind of money to watch, right? That are still going to draw. Then you're going to have your low grade fucking fight nights still and all that kind of shit. I swear to you, I don't know what it is in me, but I feel that they're going to have a tier structure for this thing. I don't see the UFC giving out, a Conor McGregor fight for free.
Let's pause this discussion for just a few minutes, because this is going to be our closing show and our quick hit segment to end it tonight. So let's talk more about this and more MMA. Let's take a quick break for everybody. And when we come back from the break, let's continue on with this conversation. I want to hear what your idea is for this tier structure. And then we're going to talk about some of the modern stuff going on in MMA. Because like we had said, we're going to start employing some MMA here on the show now. So we'll be adding some segments to it. And I'm enjoying some different talk other than just professional wrestling too. And I'm looking forward to this too with UFC, because I wanted to draw me back in to be more interested to watch it and follow it like I used to.
Absolutely.
So, and I think a lot of people will be like that too. Now we don't have the excuse anymore because we're not getting some crazy bill all the time.
Right.
So in all seriousness, no, more people or any people more for appearances on Wrestling with Reality. As I could do it and Richie could do it and we could get people for sure and it'd be fine. I always say this. I've said it a few times. Richie knows this about me. I don't like doing interviews much. So I get very awkward and, like thinking like I want to make it perfect and how it goes through. And sometimes when you deal with interviews, you deal with the most carny fucking people in the world. And I hate it because of that.
Our last one was great. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo was great. He was a pro, So I'm not saying no. I'm saying we'll do a few here and there, but I got to get over it sometimes because, it's just me. And that's not on
hardworking Bobby Walker, if we can get that motherfucker.
Dude, that's a 3-hour show.
All day. Don Fry, all day. You know?
It's just, when I started the show, it was an interview-centered show. And we had a lot of great people on in the beginning when we started the show 8 years ago. And we've had some really good names on through the years. And I got so sick of dealing with the carnies of interviews that
you basically, Laza, you can thank Glacier for that one.
He was such a dickhead to deal with and just such a rude fuck, and the way
what was your goodbye message to him, by the way?
I about the fucking Dollar General movie bin, but the Dollar General fucking movie bin, like and Big Mike was the nicest guy that was helping us line interviews, and he took the brunt of it. I didn't like that, man, and it pissed me off so much, just that fucking goof. But we had so many great ones. I never really had bad experiences. It was just, to me, it was always dealing with them with the interviews is why I don't like doing it, because they're such divas to set it up with, because we don't pay for interviews. Like, we're not paying for an interview with anybody. Like, anybody that we've had on through the years, we don't pay them to do it. So they're coming on their own time and they're fucking divas about it. Normally with people, it's like, oh, I'll be there at 9:00, and you advertise the fucking show, and then
they're there at 10:30.
Or they don't show up at all and send you an email the next day. Can we reschedule it for next week?
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, Rabbi. I'd bring her on. No, fuck that. I would bring her on.
Dude, I would have to mediate that shit. I'd have to wear a referee shirt.
Bro, I'd bring her on anytime she wanted to come on.
That would be explosive.
That would be who would be the one that
you would have to eat a lot of watermelon that night, bro?
Glacier Norris. I really enjoyed some of the ones we did through the years, for sure. It's just, for me, I'll say it, we've been doing the show this is the 8th year this year. And my thing that I don't like doing much of is interviews. And the thing that Richie doesn't like is what?
Watch-alongs.
There you go. I already knew it, but I think we talked about it the other week too.
Yeah.
So to drag Richie into watch-alongs, he's not a big fan of them. And for interviews, I'm not a big fan of them. So for that long, elaborate-ass answer is, we will do a few here and there. If we can get Bobby Walker on, That's a fucking 3-hour one. I'd pay Bobby Walker to come on the show.
I would just ask him if we could just glance at him through the screen, be like,
just to see that he's still there.
Off of you, Bobby.
Yeah, just to see that he's still there and gracing us with his greatness.
It'd be one of those creepy things where we would just have his head just staring back into the camera.
Would you buy Bobby Walker bathwater?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would definitely buy a hammer that he's hit a nail into on the railroads for sure.
Watch along for you, Richie, of the Natty's greatest matches.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wow, that's gonna be
would be a short fucking night.
Glacier Seagal. Dude,
there
Steven Seagal's more entertaining in his shooting glasses than that fucking douchebag.
What's Glacier's real name?
Ray Lloyd.
Didn't you? Wasn't your last message to him like "fuck you, Ray"?
Pretty much, if I remember correctly, it was pretty much like that.
Fuck you, Ray.
Yeah, pretty much. You know.
Oh, that's funny shit.
Poor Mike had to mediate that too. I always feel bad about that.
Yeah, fuck.
Mike's fucking
your
mediating
going
the message
straight to the Dollar General bin.
Yeah, Mike's fucking mediating and sending the messages out to him, and he's sending the screenshots back to me, man. And I'm just like, he's really saying what I'm telling him to.
Damn,
you know. Fuck you, Ray.
Fuck you, Ray.
Oh, what a douche, man.
That's awesome.
God, the old.
What's up, Rand?
Ray, get the goddamn muffins for you. You're here, brother. Liv Morgan body or bath wash, mouthwash. Yes.
Oh no, Laza. That's gotta be Laza.
We need Uncle Arn Anderson. Oh, hold on. Before we go to break, that's a good way to send people to break. Is let's get a little Glock Anderson on here.
Glock Anderson.
Glock Anderson.
Jam, but my Glock don't.
When he ripped on Cody's stupid ass on that one. Hold on.
That shit's hilarious.
Hold on. Let me get it loaded up here, and then we'll go to break. Quick hits.
Oh my God, Laza.
See, this is why I like. I haven't even looked at the stream yet.
You don't want to.
I will. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, dude.
Whoa. We need a creep fucking sound effect for that one. Hold on. Let's bring Glock Anderson on.
Buddy. Why don't you take a seat?
Let's bring fucking Glock Anderson on here for a second.
There's two big differences between you and I, Cody. You pull up to a red light, a man jerks your door open, says, "Out of the car, I'm taking
you." I know a guy that jerks it in the window.
You say, "Okay, take it."
Take it, sir.
Just don't hurt me. You know what I do? I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete.
Hell yeah. Fuck
Glock
yeah,
Anderson. Dude. Fucking Glock Anderson.
Arn Anderson should have been a G.I. Joe, dude.
Fucking A, man. That would have been the most played with one as a kid, man, if he had that sound effect in there, too. This G.I. Joe puts a Glock in your mouth and blows your brains out right on the fucking dash, kid.
Dude, fucking Arn Anderson's badass even at a fucking senior's age. That's so sick.
Arn Anderson's looked 65 years old since he's 22.
Right?
He's never
probably
changed.
Even before that.
That man fucking found the fountain of youth in Cocoon, okay?
Dude, Cocoon. He has a fucking cul-de-sac haircut since he came out of that womb. Straight up.
Bro, he's the original fucking Wilford Brimley, man.
Absolutely.
All right? Just fucking Arn Anderson is the man.
Yeah, he looks like everybody's fucking stereotypical gym teacher.
Dude, how much he probably would have been the best horseman to get fucking lit with back in the day. Can you imagine?
You want to know a tell-all book that would be interesting to read? It'd be his.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Crushing brews on fucking bitches' skulls, man. The legend of the fucking Glock Anderson.
How much Pabst Blue Ribbon do you think Arn Anderson's consumed?
Bro, he had plenty. He was just crushing them in the back. You know it. Just crushing them one by one. Car ride out there. If Glock wasn't driving, man, he was in the back there, just fucking pounding PBRs, bro.
Yep.
A creep sound. I'll have to download one.
We'll find one.
We'll find one for you, buddy. All right, guys, let's take a quick break. We'll come back from the break. We'll talk a little bit more mixed martial arts to end the show, and we'll have some more fun laughs and some fun talk. So we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Come on back with us. Don't go anywhere. right, we're back, everybody. You know, Richie, I was never the biggest fan of the Bret Hart WCW theme till you got me to play it a few months back or whatever on the show. The more I listen to it, the more I think it's the best version of the Hitman theme song that was ever
Fucking
made.
badass song, dude.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yep.
Sphinx, the guy that doesn't talk, every time he comes out, that music that they play for him, it just reminds me of that.
That one, and I think, and we're not huge fans of the guy or anything, but the Ultimate Warriors WCW one was fucking good too.
Much better than I thought it was too when I listened to it as well. I got that down here as well on the soundboard as well, because here it is.
No, that's a good one.
It's a good one, man. You know, just I didn't like it when it first came out, but the more I go back and listen to it, it was some good shit, man.
It had some good shit.
Well, let's get into the final segment of the show. This is your segment. It's called MMA Quick Hits. What do you got for us tonight, my friend? What's on your mind with MMA? I'm going to let you steer the show on this one.
Yeah, so I got a few news articles that I was scrolling through. First of all, I have a very sneaky suspicion that Conor McGregor is going to be involved in the White House event, mostly because his ban ends before it. He's been training hard, and he's actually been doing the USADA testing. But it came out in a news article that he has embedded himself in trenches with the Trump family. They invested $23 million in him and John Kavanaugh's boxing academy.
Mm-hmm.
So an investment like that, it's not too far of a stretch to say that that's not a random investment. I think that they're getting a return off of that based on him agreeing to fight at the White House card.
Who do you think they're going to put him in with, Chandler?
They're going to put him in with Chandler, and that kind of segues into the next article that I just found, where he's calling out Floyd Mayweather for the rematch in MMA.
I saw that.
Which he's saying he would knock him out in a few seconds. I don't know, Connor. Yes, I think you would beat the brakes off him in mixed martial arts. Floyd Mayweather is a better striker than that. I think he would give you a run for your money a little bit.
I don't even think it'd be close these days, bro.
Yeah.
With as long as Floyd's been off for, I don't even see it being close anymore.
Yeah.
Do you really think it would be a big moneymaker and generator for them to do it again?
It would be stupid for them to do it in an MMA setting. People would definitely tune in for the shock value. I don't think it would be on the level of their first outing. Or have anywhere near the same energy. Let's be real. And me being a Conor fan, even he's lost his mystique. He's lost his aura to people, and stuff. And so hopefully I want to see him go against Nate Diaz in a trilogy. I want to see him finish the business there. We never really got a definitive, Conor got a decision win on his second one. It wasn't like Nate where he tapped him out. That was a definitive finish in the cage Nate got. The second one was controversial. We never got the answer for the third one that they were supposed to run back. I want to see Conor versus Nate Diaz. I don't think that's going to be the one that's going to happen. Dustin Poirier's had his name thrown around. He's not coming back. I don't see that happening. The fight that makes the most sense, and if they don't do it, it's highway robbery, is the only fight on the Ultimate Fighter that hasn't happened yet, which is those two coaches to go against each other, Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. Now, is that a needle mover, and should it be the main event? I don't think so. I think it should be the co-main. I think it should be the co-main. I think the main event needs to be Alex Pereira versus John Jones for the greatest of the all-time.
Do you think that's the route they'll go, though?
I do.
Interesting.
I think Joe Rogan... and Dana White has said this. I think Joe Rogan is a big influence on it, and I think Joe Rogan is pulling Dana to make that fight happen. You'd be foolish not to. It's the greatest of all time at the White House. If you're trying to make an explosion with your sport, and you're being featured at the White House, and these people are coming out of the fucking Oval Office and this big massive thing, you want to make a statement. You put the two greatest performers of all time that have shown up every time when they fight, being John Jones and Alex Pereira.
Who do you give that to? Who are you picking in that fight if they go that route?
John Jones. John Jones kills anybody to me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a person on this planet competing in mixed martial arts right now that could take John Jones.
I don't think Pereira makes it out of the second round with him.
I don't think he makes it out of the first round.
Yeah. I don't think it would be, I think it's a horrible matchup for him, man.
Yep.
Aspinall's done with
But I don't think there's anybody on the level that you could put in there with John Jones at this point.
Pereira's the only one. Or Aspinall, they can market that.
Adesanya fucked all that up. I mean, Adesanya, you could have made a case for 4 years ago. You know you definitely can't now.
He ain't winning any big fights now, man.
No.
You know,
they knocked him back to fight nights. You know,
if he's lucky, man, he's gonna have a contract. He lost 3 in a row or something like that.
I think he's lost 3 in a row, and they were like major knockouts.
Yeah, I mean, Pereira is the big money matchup or Aspinall, and Aspinall is not. John doesn't see the money in Aspinall, and he doesn't. People who think that Aspinall would have a chance,
he'll be retiring.
It's over. You know, he'll choke out Tom Aspinall within 2 minutes.
Yeah,
if he wants to. You know, I mean, Tom Aspinall is a hell of a fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he's not John Jones.
He's not at the level of John Jones.
No, Pereira's not either. I mean, it's got to be a John Jones, you get him in there, and that would I would have to think would be his last fight. You know,
it would have to be. There's nothing bigger for his legacy than that. He's won the light heavyweight championship and dominated everybody. He has won the heavyweight championship and dominated everybody. You have a guy in Alex Pereira that could be considered one of the best in combat sports, transitioning from kickboxing, being a multi-time champion. Now he's a multi-weight, multi-time champion in the UFC. These are the only two that have come in comparison to each other.
All right, so I don't like Colby Covington at all. I think
I don't either. He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. He's a putz. He's an asshole. All those things. He's lost like 5 or 6 in a row. You know, I mean, he's done absolutely nothing over the last little bit. But let's be realistic. The guy is a fucking heat magnet, and he can go in regards to promotion. You know, to promote something. He's a 170-pound fighter his whole career. Why the fuck don't you match Colby Covington and Conor McGregor up with one another either?
You know, I don't think that's a fight that sells, and I'll tell you why. It's bad on paper because Colby Covington, to me, he's a wrestler. If you want Conor to get in there for his last 2 fights, you want to maximize on his you want Conor, you want to put him in a mismatch almost to have Conor win this next fight from a business standpoint. But if you don't, you're going to kill the star power off of Conor altogether.
You have to remarket Conor's brand that he's damaged so much through the years with the rape stuff, especially being the last one in the lawsuit that happened to him.
I don't think the rape stuff is going to affect him too much, and I'll tell you why. Because the same thing happened to Mike Tyson and it didn't affect his.
Okay, that's a fair point. It's different times, though. You know, it's different times, and he's been out of the spotlight enough that people might overlook it a lot more, and he didn't go to jail for it, which I know
he's had 5 or 6 allegations of that, though. Nobody has said a word.
Yeah, I mean,
he was having sexual assault allegations when they did the Khabib fight, and he was cheered probably more than ever.
So, yeah, I mean, there's those parts of it. Who knows? I don't think people love him the same way that they do. I think the way that you bring him back to that level, like when he was calling out, Mayweather back in the day, and he was, running the show at all the press conferences, and he was actually backing up for the most part what he was doing in the ring with what he was saying. The only way that you save his brand is you got to go the classic pro wrestling route. You got to bring in a heel, man. You got to bring in somebody that people want to see get fucking smashed. And Colby Covington is a perfect person to get that type of heat.
I don't think Conor could beat Colby Covington.
I don't think he can either. But I think the marketability of it outweighs the loss that he's going to take. You can sell this a different way if he loses. Conor's typically fought at 155 and 145 his career. Colby's a natural 170 pounder. Colby's a wrestler. Conor's a notorious striker. Conor's had a huge layoff. Colby's been more active than he has.
If Conor loses this next fight, it's over for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's over for him.
What
people
about
already don't believe him? What about who?
What about if he wanted to go bare knuckle at that point? Which I think is his ultimate plan.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna. Connor. Here's the thing about Connor. He's not like a Nate Diaz. It doesn't matter how many times Nate Diaz loses. His fan base is always there, and he fights like a dog and everything else. Connor's whole mystique and his whole thing was built on excellence and being the best and all these different things. He fell off, man, hard. And Khabib told him before that fight, "I'm going to change your face and I'm going to change who you are as a person." And he did that. He did that. Connor was never the same after that ass whooping, ever.
But people still want to see him.
They still want to see him, yeah, because he's a draw. Because he is that professional wrestling character. He knows how to sell fights. Will there be that diehard audience that'll watch him no matter what? Absolutely. But is he going to draw the numbers that the UFC expects him to if he loses again? No.
Mike went away for like 3 years. Connor got lucky, Laza. So what happened with Connor was Connor lost his in a civil lawsuit because the government there is so fucking corrupt that they didn't file legal charges against him. But he lost in a civil lawsuit and was found guilty in a civil lawsuit, which is crazy. Because if he's losing in a civil lawsuit, that means he did what they're saying.
There was enough evidence to convict him.
Yeah, in a criminal way too, which is just fucking wild, man. That just shows you once again the fucking hypocrisy of when you have money, and when you have power. Is a strong case. The accusations are just that he lost it.
Yeah,
he lost it.
Not to mention the NBA situation where that just got thrown out in the United States.
The assaults that he's had physically against people, punching them and hitting them
stepping on their phones and crushing them.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a good dude, man.
Yeah,
he's not a nice guy in any capacity. They're saying that he's saying that he's changed and all this stuff and blah blah blah. I don't fucking see it, man.
Yep.
Money blinds people, man, and it shows people's true colors often when they start getting a little bit of it. You can always tell a person who's a decent human being when they get when they get a little bit of money and they get real comfortable, and that they do. Are they the type of people that become fucking pricks and become overbearing and become full of themselves, or do they stay the same humble human being that they were when they had nothing? Exactly. That's the true sign of a good man or a woman to me. Sure. Connor has proved time and time again that he's not, but he's still a draw. Yeah. Chandler is the logical choice because of their history of the Ultimate Fighter and all that. Chandler's boring though in regards to how he's going to sell it.
He's boring in regards to how he's going to sell it.
I'm not saying as a fighter. He's an entertaining fighter for sure. He puts it all out there. He's a boring fucking guy to market the fight though.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue with you there. And that Connor versus Chandler does nothing for the sport of MMA either.
No.
It's not this like monumental fight that we have to see or need to see even.
And Chandler's lost like 4 in a row too, right?
Chandler's lost quite a few. Yeah, he's taken some gambles and come up short on them. So, interesting fight. Not going to be a needle mover, I don't think, but it has to happen. It has to happen, and it has to happen on that White House card. Another big thing that we're seeing with a guy that is on the level of Conor McGregor, or at least had a rise like him, is fucking Sean O'Malley is talking about that this is going to be the last year of his career.
Good riddance.
Yep. So I think the beating that he got from Merab the 2 times was enough for him to realize that he's a one-dimensional fighter. He's not a grappler, he's not a submission artist, he's a striker. He would be better off going to something like the BKFC or something like that. But Sean O'Malley, to me, he's fighting Song Yadong. If he beats him, it's almost a sure shoe-in that he's going to fight Peter Yan. I don't think he beats Peter Yan. I don't. I think he beats Song Yadong. I don't think he beats Peter Yan.
No. Who was the guy that he lost to those 2 times? Was it
Merab Dvalishvili?
Yeah. Okay. He's pretty much proved that he's not up there with these guys anymore.
It's not his striking capability. His striking is on another level of everybody else. And his footwork is incredible.
It's what he can do on the ground.
All that. It's the ground, and he's been figured out. It's like Ronda Rousey when she was figured out.
Yeah.
She couldn't strike to save her life.
It's average at best.
Martial arts. Yeah, exactly. Mixed martial arts, you have to have the full package if you're going to compete at a level for the championship. Once you get exposed, that's all somebody's going to obsess over is, okay, he's bad on the ground. That's our whole camp,
And it makes you wonder when, like, you see them in certain fights and they know they're going against a person with a style like that, and it looks like they haven't even fucking trained that or just thought that they should work on that aspect of it. Especially people who are one-dimensional fighters, so to speak, where, you know, if they're a submission artist. I remember Dan Severn saying this to me when we did the show, and we had asked him about fight. Somebody had said about, I think it was like fighting John Jones or Brock Lesnar or something we were talking about. He's like, why would I get involved in a fight with somebody in a striking match when my bread and butter was wrestling? That was always my mindset when I went into fights. Yeah, I could throw up my hands with people a little bit, but that's not what I'm known for. I'm known for being a tremendous wrestler. That's my bread and butter. I've done it since I was a little kid. You know, this was my life. I got in the ring to fight people, and my goal was to wrestle them and pummel them doing wrestling stuff, you know, fight them on that style. If you're so good in a style, it's hard to go up and start doing something that's different than you.
Completely different.
Yeah, if you're a submission fighter, you'd be foolish to go and get in a dogfight, man, and just start clubbing it out with somebody that's a striker. You know, it's dumb. Or vice versa. If you're a striker and you want to start trying to take somebody to the ground who's a master fucking ground technician, stupid. Yeah. Bo Nickel on the White House card.
Bo Nickel lost, man.
He got knocked out.
He won this last fight, but he lost the one before that.
He got knocked out, right?
He did.
He's been doing that RAF too.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that was saying UFC wasn't paying him enough. They weren't giving him main event spot yet, and then he got knocked out after he talked all that shit.
And then wasn't he like the headliner on the prelims on the last one?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, amazing how one thing can knock you down real fast, right?
Yeah. One person that I've got a lot of respect for right now is Sean Strickland, and he's somebody that's a loose cannon. I understand. He's got a big mouth and stuff like that. But one thing you can say about Sean Strickland is he stands on principle. He was offered to fight on the White House card, and he turned it down because he said he didn't want to hang out with people on the Epstein list.
I can picture him saying that.
Yep.
I don't like the dude. I think he's just an obnoxious puke. But I do respect that he at least stands by his laurels and doesn't sell out.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he was all about Trump, and then all of a sudden he found that out, and he's like, I'm not hanging out with people on the Epstein list.
I respect that he stands on his principles, at least.
He could have took that payday and fought on that White House card, and it would have been monumental for his career.
Yeah, probably made himself millions. Probably the biggest payday he'd ever get, right?
Yep.
He's coming to the end of his career, though, here soon, too. You know, he had a pretty big falling out with his trainer, and they just got back together for his next fight that's coming up. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he pretty much admits that his last fight was a pretty brutal beating that he got, you know.
From Duplessis?
Yeah. And, you know, I've heard him, he's not necessarily making excuses, but I guess he had a really bad injury going into it. And
it was his shoulder.
Yeah, and he knew he shouldn't be in there. And
I think he did pretty good despite having a shoulder injury. You could have made the case that he beat Duplessis.
Didn't he win on one of the cards, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, Duplessis is such a boring ass fighter, though, to me.
That guy's
didn't he just get beat?
Yeah, he did. Thank God. And he kisses his coaches on the lips. I'm like, I'm sorry.
He's a fucking.
I don't want that in my MMA. That guy that sings on the Vegas corner. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Speaking of that guy, there's been a request for him tonight. Jeremy had requested. Richie does know about him for sure. And the funny thing was, we were playing him before the show started. We're laughing at some of his stuff. So if you never heard this guy, his name is Amir Khalil, and he's a comedian, and he plays on the Las Vegas Strip all the time. We're going to hopefully get him because he just makes the funniest things in the world, man. Here's one of them for you. Oh, where's the volume? Hold on.
Looking for just a couple of dudes looking for some Asian pussy.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Pussy act. It's a lesbian night out. Just waiting for the balls to drop.
I want to watch him, bro.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure we'll get an opportunity.
Kimbo Slice. There's a name from the past.
Kimbo Slice, people overhyped him. You know, I mean, he did. I mean, he did better than I thought he was going to do in the UFC. You know, that's for damn sure. But he was a street fighter, man. You know, made his money and got out of there.
He did beat Shamrock though, but that wasn't saying much at that point. Shamrock had lost like 12 in a row. You know,
yeah.
If you blinked at Shamrock wrong, he was going out.
Yeah, Shamrock was not the world's dangerous man at that point.
No, he wasn't even in the fucking running.
No,
he wasn't looking too good at that point of his career. Right. You know, they set Kimbo Slice up like he was going to be the fucking next big thing, and then as soon as he got beat that by Seth Petrozelli, and then when he came into the Ultimate Fighter and got beat the first one, that was a wrap, man. He got one more fight. I remember they matched him up with Houston Alexander. Remember Houston Alexander?
Yep.
That motherfucker would throw some bombs at people.
Yeah, he would.
That dude had no fucking ground game, man.
No,
I think me and you probably could have submitted him on the ground.
It's a good possibility.
He was fucking one-dimensional at best, but if he got a hold of you with those fucking ham hocks that he called fucking fists, man, it was over for you.
Yeah.
And everybody was so excited, and I remember being one of them, of him and Kimbo fighting each other. And it was the most boring fucking drab fight ever.
Yep.
Oh, it was horrible.
I got to be honest with you. I'm excited for the Gaethje Pimblett fight.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. I'm hoping Gaethje gets the W, but you never know, man. Paddy Pimblett beat the brakes off of Michael Chandler, and Gaethje had a hard time with Chandler.
Pimblett's very resilient.
Yeah.
Somebody put up something of him the other day. He was in a grappling competition last week or something, and somebody put a video up of him getting submitted, and people were laughing about it or whatever. Like, oh, this guy's getting ready to fight, for the belt or in the biggest fight of his life, and he's getting tapped out in this grappling competition. They're knocking on him, and I heard Chael Sonnen do a commentary about it the other day, and sometimes Chael is awful to listen to, and sometimes he's really great to listen to. And this was one of those times, like, he was great, and he was talking about being a competitor and, growing up and how he learned how to be a competitor with wrestling and what it did for him in his career and getting in there. And sometimes, you'd get into fights where you knew you were overmatched and you weren't going to win probably, but real people got in there and did it anyways. Or if you knew something, he would talk about people that knew something that was coming up and they had a way to improve their skills and challenge themselves, and they didn't want to challenge themselves.
Right.
And when they wouldn't do that, they would cheat themselves because they're just basically saying, I'm not good enough to do this if I don't believe in myself. And
exactly.
He had said about Paddy Pimblett, he's like, people who are clowning on him about getting tapped out of this competition, make no mistake about it, this guy's got the biggest fight of his life coming up in a few weeks, and he's trying to fine-tune his craft. Do you think he gives a shit about losing this match?
Right.
Does he want to win it? Of course he does, but he's not going to risk injury to himself for this. He's looking to get a little bit of an edge and get in there and get a free opportunity and make a little money and roll with some of the world's greats on the ground. Because
that's the thing is with these. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing with these guys is, and what you got to understand behind the scenes, these guys are constantly fighting and constantly losing in the cage against their spar partners and stuff like that. They get used to losing.
Yeah,
that's what makes winning so good, and that's what fine tunes their craft is the losing. You have to get your ass beat over and over and over again to get better.
It's the way it goes.
You're not just the best off the rip. You know?
Like you and me are both military guys, so we came from that mindset of the military, and the military turns you a certain way. What's the first thing they do? They break you down, man. They beat your ass in life mentally and physically, and they sit over there and they throw everything at you. They show you that you're not ready for all these things and you're not as good as you think you are. But with training, what are you going to be able to do? You're going to be able to overcome those obstacles, and you're going to be able
to become a professional.
Yeah. But it's not going to happen overnight. And the only way you're going to get to do it is you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to have good mentors, you're going to get out and train, you're going to work hard. That's the way it should fucking be, man. So
absolutely.
I respect guys like Pimblett who get out there, and whether they get tapped or not in a thing, motherfuckers out there competing right before the biggest match of his life, looking to gain some skills, I'm sure, to get better and to keep his edge sharp. Fucking good for him, man.
Good for him.
Good for fucking him, man. It takes a lot of balls to do that shit.
Absolutely.
I don't know, as much as I'm an old school fan, GSP, Anderson, Rich, John, Fitch, BJ, I have no idea who you guys are talking about now. Yeah, it's a new generation, Joey.
Joe, you got to start watching now. That's on Paramount.
Yeah, like I said, I know a lot of these guys, and I've watched a lot of their stuff in clips, but I'm not up to it the level that you are. So I'm looking forward to kind of going back and finding my love again, because like I said earlier, the only thing that was for me is that I'm a very conservative person with money. You know that about me is that I'm
$80 is steep.
It's a lot of money, man. And it's not that I can't afford it. I can afford $80 anytime I want on a show if I wanted to do it. It's not a big deal like that. it's a steep thing, man. When you're like all of us, we're all hardworking people for our money that we make. And to me, that they priced me out, man, on that. There was no way I was going to do that. It wasn't worth it to me. I understand.
That happened to a lot of people.
Yeah. Cause like you and your buddies all get together and chip in, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the way you guys all make it happen. Yeah. You guys can all afford it. Like I could, you make good money, but we're all sitting over there and we're like, $80 is a lot of bread,
justify
man.
it.
Yeah.
Because you're spending $80 on the UFC fight. You're probably spending another $30 on beer.
Yeah.
You're spending,
$50 on food.
$50 on food.
Yeah. It's $150 night to watch a show.
Yeah.
Easily. Absolutely. That's a lot of bread, man. So people do what you're doing, man, or we're doing. You love the fights and your buddies love the fights, but what do you got to do, man? You guys are hardworking dudes and you don't want to spend $80 on your own. You get together and you pool your money together and you watch the show. Now we don't have to do that. So there's no excuse anymore if you want to watch it to not see it. Paramount's like $10 a month or $12 a month. Right. And let me tell you, Paramount's a good station. I've had it on my own anyways. They got everything on there.
The interface that they're using for the UFC, go take a look at it. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's like it reminds me of the WWE Network when it was around, but for the UFC.
Yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out before the show for sure.
Yeah,
I can understand that too, man. You don't want to go around to a bar and watch the people acting like assholes either.
Those people crack me the fuck up. They got Cheeto dusted fingers and they're sitting on the couch going, "Oh, he should have checked that kick.
Man, he should have slipped that jab a little bit better. Man, he should have been throwing
you got to work. You got to work it.
Why isn't he taking him down here? He gets him down. He does nothing out of his guard. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
if we're underneath this guy smashing our face, man, we're gonna be doing the same fucking thing, all right?
Absolutely, curling up in a ball and fucking screaming for my life.
No, ow, you fucker! Yeah. No, I love that stuff. Yeah, they have so much good stuff on there. Like Laza said, Landman, Mayor of Kingstown, whatever the fuck, man. They got, if you're a football fan here in the States, you got NFL games on there all the time. They're some of their original shows on the Paramount Network are phenomenal. Landman is a great one. Tulsa King's on there. Mayor, I only watched one season of Mayor of Kingstown, so I'm gonna go back and watch it again, here soon, Laza. But good shows that they got, just plethoras of material of anything you want to watch outside of fighting, and it's a good thing if you're a UFC fan. If you want to check it out, we don't have any excuses anymore.
Yep.
I may have to break out the PS3 tonight and play some UFC.
That's a great game, dude. Joey, that's a great game.
I've never played them one on the PS.
Yep, that's a great game.
I've been getting big into the PlayStation since I got it for Christmas.
You have. I commend you for it. Every time I talk to you, you're playing something new.
Yeah. I have never been a gamer, guys, and I don't know how to stream the shit in regards to like on here, but man, I could see down the road maybe doing some gaming stuff because I've been really getting into gaming. And
it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. I've never played video games in my life, really, just here and there. My game, though, is Gran Turismo 7.
Gran Turismo is a good one.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. I want to get a fucking simulator for my fucking house and just sit in that fucking thing and just drive in the simulator.
Yeah.
Dude, working towards that goal one day. That shit is expensive, though.
It gets up there quick. And you can do online races and make money, too, doing shit like that.
Dude, it's so fun, man. You can race fucking every type of car you want. I mean, my friend Jeff, one of my best friends in the whole world, love him to death anyways. He was just such a cool guy, man. We've always done a lot for each other through the years like friends do. And, he wanted to do something nice for me this year. So he's a big gamer, and he bought me a PS5 for Christmas this year. And then he bought me some of his favorite games like Ninja Turtles, which is a blast to play, old arcade style games, Grand Theft Auto. My son's a big gamer, got me Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all that stuff. But Jeff sent me Gran Turismo for the last game, and I have been playing that all week, dude. It's so fun.
That's a good idea, Laza. If we can, I think that would be fun if John and I did a general manager mode on WWE 2K. That'd be fun.
It's actually content that gets a lot of views from people, bro. And down the road, sure, I would definitely be interested in doing it. I have to figure out how to set it up on the shit because StreamYard makes everything so easy for us here, when we put stuff out. But gaming streaming is like a whole other level.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. And I'm technologically, sometimes on things. Like I know the basics, but those people that know how to do that stuff, they are crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna get MLB 2K26 when it comes out. I was gonna get 2K25, but there's no point.
There's no point.
Yeah. So Star Trek on. Yeah, they got tons of stuff for you guys on there. So no excuses if you want to watch a little UFC. If you can get Paramount Plus for a couple of bucks and can swing it, let's have some fun. We'll stream the Pimplet Gagey fight that night. It's gonna be good one.
That's gonna be a blast, dude.
It's a good kickoff one for us for doing it.
Absolutely.
Any other MMA stuff or closing thoughts, my friend?
No, man. That's pretty much it for that on the MMA side of things. I think it's really fun and a great addition to our show because we can double dip into the wrestling and the UFC stuff and talking about life and everything. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that kind of content. We're kind of dipping our toes in it, but I think we're going to go full force, and I think it's going to be a fun time. So we're obviously going to do the wrestling stuff still. Sunday is going to be purely wrestling. Don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere from that. We want you guys to continue to enjoy the content and stuff that we got going on. We're T-minus like 8 days until we live stream together in person. That's going to be a blast. Hopefully you guys get to watch that shit. We're going to be doing a lot of crazy shit on the Vegas thing. Probably jumping off the Strat, probably zip lining, a few different things, hopefully sightseeing, hopefully seeing the guy that you just saw in the video singing the weird song.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. We're going to have fun, dude. So we want to take you guys for the ride too, man. So
yeah, I like the way we're going to be rolling things out with the format over the coming year. I like it what we did tonight. We like to just talk and have casual topics like we do tonight, have some jokes, laugh, all that good stuff. And then Sundays we'll pick out, more retro topic, and it'll be kind of the focus for the week. So I enjoy that style a ton, and I hope you guys do. And we hope that you guys dig that type of style because we like to have fun with everybody, and we'll be doing more, bringing everybody on and keeping the interaction up and getting you guys to come on the show. So come with us. It's going to be a fun ride this year. We're going to have a great time. So for Richie, I'm John. We're out of here for tonight. We should see you guys on Sunday, and we'll have a great topic for you guys. So have a great rest of your week, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Oh, hold on. Let's see. Would you ever do guest hosts if one of you were on vacation? I am totally fine with people popping on here and there, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, if one of us has to go, I never have a problem with that as long as people got good connection and stuff. If Richie or I couldn't be here. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. I'm going to be off for a little bit in February, so I'm going to be off for a couple weeks in February. So sometimes we go on a little hiatus for a couple weeks. But, if Richie would like a guest host at some point, we'll figure it out and throw it out there to anybody for sure. It's always fun chatting it up with you guys for sure. I just gotta get Richie and teach him the basics of of the streaming stuff here. It's not like it's hard. Richie's a smart guy. He'll figure it out. But yeah, we'd be open for it for sure. Because we're not always able to be here. Sometimes we got to take some time off too. So, all right, guys, we'll be back Sunday. We'll see you then. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys this week.